All right, everyone, pause your watch for Rolling Rocks and 0.5 A presses, because we're back with hopefully some more Omega Strikers coming in shortly. XDME, shoutouts, ODQA, hopefully is coming in clutch, hopefully has got a fix in for us, and hopefully we'll be able to queue back in. Brickbat, listening to your reactions there for a moment was hilarious. They're doing
I wonder if we could get back in a game. I think the naive answer is that we could go back in a game with 4 left clicks, but I think if we hold it down while we alt tab in, we might be able to get it in about 3.5. So, I'm excited to see some strats being pulled out. I'm in shell shock already. I'm 2 minutes 51 seconds into this. The dude dedicated 30 seconds just to pointing out that there's a paragraph. He wrote an entire paragraph that he's posted at the bottom of every single video about what a half A press is, and he's genuinely so upset. I tasted the blood in his mouth as we said it. Oh man. All right. Well, hopefully we'll be able to see this game very, very soon. I believe we are getting into
we're in game, and our lovely producer Saya needs to screen share it to us. Thank you.
There we go. There we go. And we're back in 3.5 left clicks. Back in. We're seeing this time we get to see the draft phase from Glorious Ignition's POV. Looks like we've got a Finny, Zentaro, Estelle coming in here. We can't see the starting awakenings yet, but we'll see that in just a moment. It looks like they will be running the same comps again. I guess that's the standard procedure in a remake situation like this. So we will see. Oh, did we see a Drakkar last time? I don't remember. But
I honestly couldn't remember. It felt like it was a lifetime ago. I mean, what I will say though is that it's hard for it to be the same exact strikers because new map, new starter awakenings, right? So maybe a little bit of mix-ups, and indeed that it will be the case with the Juliet coming in as well for Yoki instead of the Zentaro, which I was complimenting earlier. But interestingly, that Zentaro wasn't taken off the table by either team because Ignis also wants to play the Zentaro, and the Starter Awakenings are Quick Strike's Timeless Creator, which are quite a lot better for, I think, a lot of our strikers compared to the previous Starter Awakenings.
Yeah, and an interesting thing to pick here, it looks like Evil Drew Danger playing the forward position from goalie. It looks like Bernie Sanders actually opting in to take that Powerhouse Pauldron. Likely to be a bit more of a defensive menace in their side of the court. Evil Drew Danger opting to not take a goalie here this game. And I've actually seen this sort of strategy pulled out from players like Geek before. I don't think I've seen it in an NASL match, but definitely people have been talking about it. So interesting to see how this will play out as Evil Drew Danger forced to blow a core flip.
By the way, I just watched Yoki's life end instantly coming in from a misdirection of Scyther's Finny goalie. I am constantly shocked at just how hard that projectile hits when it gets going in the right direction. And it'll, in part, lead to another KO as Ignis finds the Oni's blade away. That one's going to get to the corner, and a piercing shot from Coil is able to send it back 1-0 up for Glorious Ignition.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you're a particularly large Drakkar. If your ally is kind of dying off a cooldown, it's going to be hard to keep those goalie barriers open, especially on something like Night Market where stuffing and AoEs from the Zentaro does a lot of work.
And already starting to see that come in quite a bit. Now, though, potential opportunity out of the Powerhouse defenders, but no, actually, Coreflip sends it around the world, and it goes right back to the goal barrier on the other side of the pitch. Ignis forward, looking for Coil, but the Rose Warp doesn't come in, can't quite extend it. Now Yoki on the dribble, trying to find the barrier, but it'll get sent away by Scyther there as well. Coil, once again, in the corner, interrupted by Bernie Sanders. And he'll send it away for now, but even still, a lot more midfield control, it feels, over to the hands of Glorious Ignition. Now, though, potential opportunity, core flip, that'll get denied by Scyther, but now Yoki looking to find it again, but can't quite seem to find it for now, and doesn't have the support of Bernie Sanders either, who was staggered that entire time by Ignis. Here's the gravity well, but the Rose Warp forward, trying to interrupt things. No, not quite come through, and now goal still hasn't gone in. We're in overtime. Core flip from Drew Danger, trying to send it back the other way. Yoki sitting around in middle of the map. trying to stay alive. There's a dodge coming through as well, and now Fiery Flurry looking for Coil here as well, but doesn't have it. Now we see Ignis pick up little more damage, but a KO comes through against Coil. Yoki dribbles again, can't find the angle down to the bottom side. It's Bernie Sanders' turn, looking for the pass up. That one just out of reach though as well. And still we haven't found the goal. Dodge comes through. Yoki stays alive for now, continues to harass things, but on the other side of the pitch, Coil speed boost through the night market middle and finds Ignis there, who dashed forward. 2 up for Glorious Ignition.
Yeah, and there we see kind of a bit of a weakness of that PowerHouse Pauldron's Drakkar. They were sitting on the left side of the field trying to get the score in, but with no gear from Drakkar, he's a little bit, he's going to be in a little bit of a rough situation. That being said, using that big size to control the midfield is so big, especially in a map like Night Market, where getting that speed up could do so much work.
Certainly the case, and especially for either midfielder or either brawler starting to get a little bit further forward. You already think that Zentaro has so many tools at his disposal to start running in and getting his job done. And now actually, as I mentioned that, Ignis finds the KO there as well, totally on the other side of the pitch. Power play opportunity. Scyther tries to keep it forward here, but it won't find the second barrier. Gravity well out. The big finish won't connect as True Danger has the expanse to save it for now.
Yeah, and it looks like already we saw some interesting plays from Ignis over there. Actually, while being cracked, he went forward, looking to make sure that if he did end up dying, it would be on the enemy side of the field. Something to keep in mind for your solo queue games. If they spend resources to kill you on their side of the map, that's going to buy you some extra time to actually respawn. So, clever play from them, able to keep possession. Though, Yoki already on the offensive, able to get the final goal barrier.
Able to find this one. Yoki in position, but no. Can't put it away. Was just out of reach of collecting with the Fiery Flurry, but still has that energy burst. Now will burn it. Can't find the core. And once again, drifts back over to Glorious Ignition. Now the interruption on the pass comes through. Yoki, right place, right time. First goal on the board here for the PowerHouse defenders.
Yeah, and good positioning from Yoki, able to intercept that core and force that 50-50 guess from Scyther, where he could pocket it into either side. Unfortunately, Scyther guessed wrong, and he was able to get that goal. Looks like we've got a bit of damage coming up from Bernie Sanders, actually doing a little bit more damage with that burn, staying on the on his own side of the field, though he is sent this time through knockback, not of his own volition, almost going off the court himself. Looks like Coil on the offensive trying to get it. Hit stun will not send it through. An excellent Atlas secondary, able to get it through. Core flip comes out from Ignis, forcing the core flip from, I believe, Yoki, not able to finish it. Or was that a teammate? I think that was a teammate. Anyways, Coil on the offensive again. This time, no cooldown to save the Atlas as the second golden barriers goes down.
Find that here now. Once again, getting involved with so many projectiles here from Fenny, but haven't quite been enough to turn things into solid opportunities. Now Yoki finds the KO against Ignis, and the power play will switch the other way. Big finish out, looks for the shot to the top corner, but True Danger is there, unfazed for the cross map. It's crazy just how fast the core goes after it leaves that gravity well. We'll see what comes through here, but now core flip up in the air. Ignis, Oni's blade doesn't connect with the core. Well done by True Danger. Saving it for now. See what it can find. Yoki on the dash finds the goal barrier, and now we'll get met with a misdirection. We can pick up a little bit of extra damage here, though. Ignis is forward, but a weird bounce off of the split barrier. Finds it for Coil here. We'll take the first set for Glorious Ignition.
Yeah, and there we see the history in action. Once a split moment, always a split moment. We might call it Night Market now, but we always get that. We always understand what happens when it bounces like that. And we go into our first draft, prime time up. Actually interested to see if the Finny will pick it over something like Orb Replicator or Missile Propulsion. Maybe something like extra special. A lot of options. Fortunately, it seems like Scyther trying to figure out what he wants to pick. Opts into the Deadeye instead, which makes sense. Rapid Fire comes out from Coil. So I think that what Scyther 12's team is looking for, what Glorious Ignition is going for, is just straight up damage. I mean, all of these things will make sure that Coach Yoki will be hurting, will be playing on stagger for most of the time. Yeah, so one big pickup, we do see the missile prop from Drakkar, which means that, especially with the increased size, actually, that extra sweet spot damage will be quite significant, maybe be able to secure a few KOs, if not a bunch of core control and damage. Though, look at that, the damage already coming out from Scyther 12 and Coil. Bernie Sanders looking really low. One combo will send him off the net. Yoki forced to burn his flip as well, forced to burn his second dodge as well. And now he's looking in a really bad spot. Ooh, the Atlas ultimate does come in clutch, able to save it out, but will it be enough? It is. Though Coach Yoki's still in a very bad position. Look at that, though. He's sitting on his side of the map, trying to go out, hopefully. And there he goes.
Combo comes through nonetheless, and another power play, but Drew Danger once again has that energy burst up, which means both barriers are still alive on the other side of the pitch. We'll see if they can try to find one, but it won't be before Yoki goes down. Now, once again, the misdirection connects with Bernie Sanders on this Drakkar, and the Drakkar will now be the one to get sent away. But look, both barriers still standing, able to find the save out of the cloak there as well. And now Ignis, next target, uses the rush to go forward and pass the fiery flurry from Yoki. And now Yoki gets sent away thanks to a misdirection shot, sending him off of the pitch. Ignis now forward once again. Oni's blade finds the angle up to the corner and back forward to Coil. Now Primary doesn't quite find it there, and the Expanse comes out to send it away, but Coil's there with the energy burst as well. Another goal finds the net here, and it's been all glorious Ignition.
Yeah, and even with the damage reduction from PowerHouse Pauldron's Bernie Sanders sweating, playing constantly at low energy, at low HP. I mean, the Deadeye pickup and the rapid fire pickup from Coil and Scyther12 doing exactly the work that they sought out to do. As we lose one barrier already from the side of Evil True Danger, Coach Yoki, again, no stagger, no help. He will be being sent off the map soon if Scyther12 and his team opts to do it. Looks like looks like the secondary from Finny not able to do it. Almost gets sent off with a primary. Oh, Coil comes in and finish it off. A little bit of a team effort there to send Yoki back into timeout jail. Special comes out from Ignis, able to secure that second one, and looks like Coil's already on the scoring attempt again.
Piercing shot from the misdirection is able to connect onto Drew Danger, leaving the top side of the net open for Coil to strike one up there again. And other thing to comment on here, again, we're talking about a little bit earlier in the last game, if a goalie can start getting involved on a map like Demon Days specifically, but here, now you've got this Penny that can just pump out so much damage, and with the double take as well, all of these players are going to be very low on stagger. We'll see this Atlas Ultimate probably come in to get used quite a bit here, but when it's not online, we're going to see a lot more KOs, especially if Glorious Ignition gets priority in the next carousel as well. But hold on a second. Yoki finds the dash, looking for a goal here. Bernie Sanders keeps it forward. Yoki low on stagger, doesn't have a dodge in order to try to go around the Oni's blade. And Scyther will look likely try to find the KO there as well. Although meanwhile, Coil tries to fight for the goal barrier down on the other side of the pitch, but can't seem to find it. Ignis has the energy burst online. Scyther does as well to save it in the nick of time. Expands out. Bernie Sanders forward, but the energy burst of Ignis is going to get used to send Bernie Sanders off the map. Double power play comes through. Scyther is back just in time of the shot. Oni's played, but a nice primary comes out here from Drew Danger. Doesn't matter. Ignis finds the goal barrier, looks for the pass up to Coil. Rose Warp comes in, and now the piercing shot to get the job done. It's a 3-0 set for Glorious Ignition.
Yeah, and my gosh, I mean, at every single start of the round, Yoki has walked up to midfield, gotten shot 36 times, and had to just play through like the immense internal bleeding that Glorious Ignition gave to him, and it's looking really crazy. I mean, and you saw it, I believe, at the second goal, the Finny right click able to kill Drew Danger from literally the half court line. I mean, Finny just provides so much damage, and is going to provide even more with this Orb Ponderer coming out. Hot shot coming out from Coil to able to keep that core control pressure up as well, and it looks like through all this picks, Yoki doesn't really have a good pick right now. He opts into the Spark of Strength. Maybe he could get the little bit of the senatorial combo of the Spark of Strength, Spark of Agility later, but that assumes that they'll be able to make it through this round, which, as the draft leads me to believe, they won't.
Yeah, really not many options there to begin with for Yoki, and then last on the carousel, forced to take something you really don't even want to see. I mean, look, even Ignis gets Catalyst, which is something you might have liked to see, even if just for the extra dodge opportunities out of Yoki, who will now dodge around that misdirection. Gravity Well out once more, but it won't finish things off for now. Yoki forward on the Super Surge with that enhanced dash, but now it's going to take a little bit of extra damage, and now might be looking to get sent off the goal line, but it's able to find the goal barrier in the process. Now Punch can't connect with the goal. Bernie Sanders still forward, but with Yoki KO'd, only so much that this Drakkar is going to be able to do as the core slowly starts working back the other way for Glorious Ignition. Core flip out, finds a split barrier. That was dangerously close to finding the goal barrier there as well. But not this time. Yoki now, Fiery Flurry comes out, coils low on Stagger as well, and now forward. Here comes the Super Surge. Doesn't connect with the core there, and Yoki gets sent away, staggered once more. Oni's Blade, nice resurrect though, coming in from Drew Danger. Brilliant timing on this. Will it be enough to keep the momentum going here for the Powerhouse defenders who desperately need the goal, even if just for the mental momentum now? Bernie Sanders still can't quite find a way to put it back or connect over to Yoki, but there's the dash punch combination, comes through on the power play. Scyther up to Ignis, once again trying to keep this away from Yoki for now, and they're doing a decent job of it, but it's Drew Danger that's able to find the shots at the top corner, and the big finish doesn't come out in time.
Yeah, excellent positioning from Drew Danger, absolutely able to go on the offensive, find that clean angle right between the terrain and Ignis, able to get that goal in, and yeah, first goal for I forgot the name, Powerhouse defenders in what seems like a while, and hopefully they'll be able to use that to swing the tempo. Already though, it looks like the roles have been reversed a little bit. Koyel already low on that meter. Core flip comes out from Bernie Sanders, not able to secure, though does forces Ignis core flip. That means that both forwards from the side of Glorious Ignition are going to be low on dodge and stagger, though a forward trade does come out. Both midfielders going off the map. Looks like they're going to be out of the field for a bit. Coach Yoki trying to go for a scoring attempt. Unfortunately, doesn't have the cooldowns, but a cool dribbling combo maybe secures in, though bounce off split, not able to secure it, unfortunately. Core flip comes from Evil Drew Dangers, tries to send it in, Yoki tries to follow it up, not able to quite find it, gets intercepted by Scyther, but oh! Yoki with a clean pass with the assist from the Bernie Sanders shotgun, able to go in. And look at that, the end of the round comes and Coach Yoki, almost full meter, almost full health. It looks like when they're not able to get Yoki off the field, the tempo swings for advantage for Powerhouse defenders.
Seems to be the case here. Now Core Flip's able to find one barrier for Yoki. The other thing we don't talk about here as much, we talk about a skating Dubu quite a bit, Brickbat, but we don't talk about is a skating Atlas, but every time there's an orb up here for Drew Danger, you have to imagine he's going to be able to get even more involved, more forward there as well, with projections and the like, getting up to the midfield line. Again, anytime that's more opportunities for it to go over to Bernie Sanders, more opportunities for it to go right on over to Yoki. Now, though, scuffle in front of the red net. Goal bearer saved for now, but Ignis and Coil both low. Yoki looking for the KO opportunities, now decides to go for the core with that speed boost. Will dodge away from one, and now Ignis is completely staggered. Bernie Sanders takes the middle orb. Now on the pass onto the bottom side of the pitch, but Cypher will collect it before it goes anywhere, and there's the KO. It's Ignis on the 4 KO streak, and now the big finish. Pass up to Ignis, able to find the shot there to the goal barrier. But they won't be able to take it because Bernie Sanders is around and able to interrupt things for just a moment. Molten Bolt now over to Ignis. Has limited mobility options. Core flip just used out of Coil on the edge of it. Now looking for the shot here. Nice resurrection comes through once again. Coil, though, is still in position to send it back. And Glorious Ignition isn't done in this set yet.
Yeah, and again, there we go. We see the kind of the script that we're used to so far this game, though this time the pressure was on Bernie Sanders, forcing out Drew Danger's revive. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to be enough, even though he did get the revive off. But right now, Ignis is looking really good with his own core flip. Hopefully, be able to get in. But Bernie Sanders able to intercept it with a nice shotgun blast, though an excellent Finny ultimate into Ignis's slice and dice, or whatever it's called. Able to get both bullet barriers, though they do return in kind.
Yoki able to find both here as well. Drew Danger's the one that's low on stagger right now, and Ignis might be looking for the KO, but has to support on the back sides. Thanks to the power play opportunity from the Powerhouse defenders. Now, back up to Bernie Sanders, over to Yoki. Scyther's still there to collect it for now, but the punch is able to find it up to Bernie Sanders, who sends it back with the shotgun there, and the Powerhouse defenders take their first set in this match.
Yeah, an absolutely surprising turn of events after that draft on the second set. I didn't think we'd be going to a fourth, but things are looking on the up and up. Coach Yoki able to grab this built different. Most likely, this will be super big on such a congested map such as Night Market. Having that extra, I have been proven wrong. So it turns out we won't be running built different. In fact, built different is going to be dropping all the way down for whoever wants it. Heavy impact instead being chosen by that Drakkar. I think Coach Yoki did want to get his candidacy in order to get those 2 sparks, of course, Spark of Agility being kind of the most impactful, having that extra move speed. I believe it will be at 18% now, which is quite significant. Though the exercise on Coil is nothing to scoff at, especially since Estelle Primary is an impact. He will be doing extra damage, and you know, Glorious Ignition likes their damage.
Other thing there as well is we have now seen all 4 sparks. So Yoki will not become the mayor and only have 2 for the entirety of this map if this does end up going to a set 5. But we'll see if it pays off here. Might be hoping for the big fish in a moment for that one. And for that matter, still needs to dodge around the blade and the projectiles and all of these other things that are coming in from the other side of the pitch as well. Fiery Flurry out here. Coil will use the energy burst to dodge it for now, but Drew Danger is forward once again, getting comfortable. Yoki looking for the shot, but can't find it. Oni's blade out, and it'll deny the core flip from Drew Danger. But still, Yoki's there to collect the core and send it down to the bottom corner. That's the Spark of Agility coming in for Yoki. Takes the first goal in the set.
And celebratory Collins coming out from Yoki. This man is feeling so excited, showing out. Omega Strikers, everyone's best little brother, everyone's best friend right now. Good to see that Collins shows up in yet another match. Always excited to see him here. Though, looking on it, the celebratory Collins might be a bit too early, as Coach Yoki, again, halfway through meter, able to get Chunk to half HP, but Ignis is kind of sharing in Yoki's pain. This time, Scyther 12 looking to get it cleared with Finny Ultimate. They'll get sent right back, able to get both goalie barriers, though.
Big finish, able to find the gravity barrier, but now going to be Yoki finding a KO, forces the power play forward here for the Powerhouse defenders once more, but will they be able to find this one? Looks like 1 goal barrier will go down. Ignis is staggered. Scyther still back, protecting this final one, but it's forward once again to Yoki, and now another KO opportunity. No, can't find it there. Coil will dodge away the Fiery Flurry. There's Core Flip, comes out here patiently waiting for the Expanse to go down, but can't sneak it by Drew Danger that easily. Now looking for the top corner once more, but still sends it away. Yoki now dribbles, finds the goal barrier. Still so many members here around for Glorious Ignition. And the goal won't go in, but Crystal Thorns going forward. Oni's blade as well. Still can't find the connection. It hasn't been as consistent here in the passing plays. But now, Gravity Well comes out, big finish. Yoki, though, finds the KO onto Scyther there with the last blow, the last kick of the Fiery Flurry. And it's set point once again for the Powerhouse defenders.
Yeah, and wow, I'm especially excited. I'm kind of surprised by this result. I mean, it looked like even with the winning draft, not going that built different seemed to be kind of a weird pick from me. But Yoki proving me wrong, as again, everything seems to be swapped over. Yoki almost at a full bar of meter, though. Able to actually get it off and send it right in. Excellent play. I didn't even see that angle. Wow, what a shot.
Takes a lot of studying this game to find those kinds of angles and to find 2 spark builds that work. When now, what'll he take here? The big fish is online, tempo swing. Got a lot of options here if you're Yoki. Will decide to go for the stacks on stacks for even more speed, which we saw be super beneficial in the last set as well, and is doubling down on that here.
Yeah, and I think that just goes to show Yoki's confidence coming into this final set. I mean, look at sets 1 and 2. The man was basically in the penalty box for half the game. But he opts to avoid the thing that increases his size, you know, the best in slots thing for Julie, as well as the extra stagger, which would be super, super useful in those earlier sets, instead just opting in for that extra presence, that extra speed. And let's see if it pays off for him, because he will paint an even bigger target on his back now.
Especially with Coil having that increased size once again with picking up that big fish this time around. But it's still Yoki forward, looking for things here, and now Coil able to find the punishment on the other side. Top corner shot there with such a large strike hitbox.
Yeah, and when you lose your goalie barriers open early as Atlas, it's just so hard to defend that open net, especially if you have a win a strike war against someone with a size increase. That extra size means you will be able to have a much easier time winning those strike wars, as you can just hit timings that your opponent just can't. So, looks like Coil on the offensive again. Ignis and Coil trying to get it through, though the whole team from Powerhouse Defenders able to show up and not save it. An excellent angle and speed from the Finny special, able to save, able to get that goal barrier. Coil blows flip, isn't able to find anything yet. Scyther 12 able to try to send it out with core flip, but an unfortunate angle puts it right back in. Yoki, though, looking staggered, force the burn dodge. He's only got one more dodge to work with before he gets sent off the map. Oh, but Zentara ultimate almost does it. Yoki trying to work with what he's got, but he doesn't have many cards right now. He's got an awful table here at his hand of poker. Deadeye coming out from Scyther 12, almost able to send it out the map, forcing the flip from Evil Drew Danger. Ignis still has his flip for a scoring opportunity, but he blows it as well. Basically, no one but Bernie Sanders has any meter right now as he sends it as a pass to Coach Yoki. Yoki not able to intercept the pass and get that final goal barrier, but Drew Danger this time on the aggressive. And look at this, Coil and Gang trying to gang up on Ignis, showing up in a dark alley with a gun, trying to get him out, but Coach Yoki is just too strong. He's making it out of this one alive. He's a survivor. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And Coach Yoki is the strongest member on this map right now. And able to win the strike war with the assistance of Bernie Sanders, sending it in to 1-1 on our final set of the match.
Folks, if you want a masterclass in what to do when you are staggered, watch exactly what Yoki was doing. He stayed alive, dodged around every ability that was thrown his way, and stuck towards the middle of the map, relying on a bounce off of a split barrier to keep things up, and then was in perfect position once his stagger bar came back to send things back. And now it's Yoki on the 4 KO streak, looking for the second goal barrier here as well. Ignis will interrupt things for a moment, gets a goal barrier for his trouble as well, but it's Yoki on the offensive once more. Drew Danger flips forward. It'll be the double take that's actually able to keep it from Yoki for now, and Burnus flip in the process. Resurrect comes out here, and you imagine that'll be Yoki going right in the fray, but most notably saving those stacks, saving those pancakes as well for that extra speed that he's been reliant on to send some of these goals back. Now, projection out of Drew Danger. It'll get scooped up here by Bernie Sanders. Nice clear out of here by Scyther. That's a practice goalie right there, finding the clear. Gets that lock and load, because I'll tell you what, that finds the back of the net in my gold games, and so does that one. As a shot scoots right along the split barriers, and it's PowerHouse defenders looking to pull off the reverse sweep. They're at match point now.
Yeah, and that Finny special right now is super unfortunate. If you can't predict where that ball's going to end up in that, like, the 0.5 kind of like second between you pressing the button and the explosion going off, it could have some super unfortunate consequences, just like what we saw. But it looks like Expanse coming out from Atlas, not able to stop it though, a valiant effort. Bernie Sanders and Coach Yoki looking really low, prompting a revive coming out from the Atlas. He does have core flip of his own to defend the open net, but we might be going to a 2-2 already. Good stop from Coil, able to put a PowerHouse defenders back on the offensive actually, as Coach Yoki by himself at 1 HP, able to get everything, 1 bar of stagger to work with, or 1 bar of energy to work with, as he does get sent off the map. The energy, the Deadeye from Scyther 12, able to get that kill. Coil looking for a kill on Bernie Sanders, not able to get through, but able to get the strike war win, sending it to Ignis, setting up for a goal, and 2-2 set 5, something we absolutely love to see here.
What plays am I watching back and forth? I mean, Yoki stole it away from the gravity well there from Scyther, and then still Scyther able to come up with the saves, finding the misdirection to knock Yoki off the map, and notably, again, resetting those stacks. Slightly less speed, now gets pulled back and low on stagger. Ignis looking for the second barrier, but no, won't find it. Instead, trades one of their own. It's Yoki forward once again. Resurrection coming out here. Core flip out of Scyther. That'll hit the corner in an awkward spot. It's right back up to Yoki. And now on over to Drew Danger. Bernie Sanders looking for Yoki. Dribble again off of the corner. No, denied this time. Oni's blade gets interrupted by the projection to come out. Expanse as well as Yoki finds a KO. And it's a large part of what opens up the goal opportunity. The PowerHouse defenders will reverse sweep this.
And that's such a heartbreaking loss from the side of Glorious Ignition. I mean, Coil and Ignis trying to desperately find that KO on Yoki in the last few seconds of the game and just not able to find it. And that just means that Coach Yoki able to find his stacks, able to use that quick strike to win the strike wars in front of the net and get those crucial goals to send PowerHouse defenders into the next round. Excellent work from that team all around.
Is Double Spark broken or what?
I mean, when you get that spark of agility running and you get that stacks on stacks and you're just speeding around the map, you're just, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. You're looking really good. And just look at all of these goals from Yoki. Yoki putting himself in prime position just to help out, get that last final tap in, just needed to either help Bernie Sanders get the goal or to secure it himself. And, This, you know, speaking of midfielders really quickly, though, Coyle was 7 goals, actually, 266 redirects, absolutely monster game coming out from him. This man plays a lot of Estelle and solo queue when I faced against him, so he knows exactly when to get that hit stun, when to send out his special to stuff in goals. So excellent work from him, as well as, you know, again, you know, we going into this, we were kind of expecting Powerhouse defenders to be a bit of of the advantage team, getting that deep run in the Pro League Invitational. But from this game alone, it looks like people who didn't hit the top 8 are close on heels, and looks like we'll have some excellent games of Omega Strikers going into our final few rounds of the tournament.